Hello everyone, welcome to Hex Core. This is a game that I created, or still am actually working on right now. There's a demo out there on Steam, and I just wanted to kind of like showcase this game a little bit on here, just to show people what it's about. And yeah, if you go check it out on Steam, you can play the demo, you can wishlist it. Wishlisting the game helps me a ton. So yeah, that would be nice if you could do that if you enjoy the game. But yeah, let's go check it out. I just want to showcase this a little bit. This is very much in the same vein of games similar to like Nodebuster or Dixium, like little short games where you increase your power over time by just putting points into a large upgrade system, a large skill tree. But there's a little bit of story. The story and everything isn't final. Again, this is just a demo, just a bit of a slice of the game. I just kind of skipped through that. You can read it if you want. I'll just explain things as we go. But little Pete here is there to help you out. The story and everything is still being worked on. This is all like mostly made for the demo. But we do have this hex grid here. This is our skill tree basically. Right now we don't have any resources to upgrade anything, but we do start out with the turret and the core unlocked. This just gives us the basic abilities. So the first thing we do is start a run. And here Pete is as well explaining how the game works. Left click to fire incoming threats. Aim where they are pushing in. Each kill releases resources back into the nodes. That's how we power the grid. Alright, so it starts out pretty simple, as most of these games do. We have a few enemies here. They shoot bullets. Once in a while we can hold left click to shoot our bullets. We shoot like 3 bullets in rapid succession, and then we have to wait a little bit. On the left side you have your energy. Also in the top left you can see it. Once that energy runs out, we technically die. It's a little bit weird because we keep playing and stuff. But we get the little summary screen. We collected 18 bits and we can go back to our core grid. And now that we have actual bits to use, which you can see up here, we can now spend them on power-ups. You can also see there's some other ones past the ones we currently have access to, but they are currently obfuscated, so you don't really know what they are. But you can kind of see that if I put a point into this, this will lead to more things. So I'll do upgrade damage first. We can do this up to 5 times. So I'll just put everything in there. And now that we have upgraded this skill fully, it unlocks the next one. And then also this one showcases you what would be beyond. So you always get a little bit of a preview of what's to come. I do like these games a lot. I play them quite a bit. Started with Nodebuster first. That was like the first one in this genre that I played. And one thing I always wasn't a big fan of is that you couldn't see what's beyond a certain skill, especially if you had to like fully upgrade them. So I decided to make it so that you get at least a little bit of a preview to see like what's coming. But now we do more damage. We also have more energy. That means we can survive longer, even if we get hit. Energy goes down over time, but also getting hit by bullets reduces the energy even more. In the top left corner, or top right, I mean, you actually can see how many enemies you have to kill before the boss spawns. It's kind of the main thing. The worm is the boss, and they give you like these tokens that you can then spend on much bigger upgrades that change the game up quite a bit. But I just bought more energy, more damage. I'm also gonna make more enemies spawn. This might seem counterproductive. This only has 1 level currently, but this makes it so that we can spawn the boss faster because we just have more things to kill. And because we are on a timer technically with our energy, that's just a good idea. It can be a bit of a tricky one too, because the more enemies you have, the more often you can get hit, etc. Bit of a balance game, but shouldn't be too bad. But you can see on the right side, top right, the number, and also there's a bar on the right side that fills up. Once that is filled, the boss will spawn and we can try to attack it. There it is. It's the pink looking worm that's like going around, and he is dead. Worm deleted, and now we get a token. Excellent. So tokens can be spent on these big upgrades. Right now we have the shield, we have the chain lightning, the turrets, and the pulls. This is actually going to be a bit different in the full game. I already made changes to this. In the full game, the shield will always be something you can buy with just bits, because it seems it's a bit sad that like this is the only one that doesn't give you like offensive power, whereas these give you offensive powers, which makes the game a bit easier. So I just decided that shields will be something you can just put points into with normal bits, and instead there will be a new weapon to be unlocked here as well, but I don't want to spoil it yet, and also in case I change my mind. I'm just going to buy more turrets. I like more turrets on the side, and we can even spend more on this skill here to add even more turrets. So now we have 4 additional little helper turrets that will fight for us, which is great. And I'm also going to put points into this, just so they shoot more often. A lot of these upgrades are actually different in the main game. That's why I'm like checking what's there, because I forgot. Now that we have beaten the first worm, we talk about the threat level. The threat level has now increased. You can read here what this is, a very long description. That will be better later on. But basically, the higher the threat level, the more difficult the enemies are. They have more health, they do more damage, but also there's new enemies that can spawn. But they do give you more resources in return as well. Originally, I decided for you to be able to like choose the threat level, so you can you know, go back to like lower levels if you're having issues or something. But there's some issues with that, so I'm just keeping it fixed for now. But you can see those swirly things. We now have 4 additional turrets shooting at things around us, and I can't aim. Luckily, my turrets can for me, and we also took a lot more damage there, just because the enemies now have much more health. I didn't get enough bits there to upgrade anything, because I was too focused on explaining things. We also got a new enemy here. They have more health, but they also give more bits if you kill them. And they have an additional bullet they shoot. But you can see how many more enemies there are. This is gonna go up quite a bit. But each enemy gives more. We already made 40 bits in that round. There's one upgrade here that gives you an extra bit when you kill enemies as well. It's actually worth saving for that, so I'm gonna hold off on upgrading anything and just try to get these 80 bits. You don't have to. You can, you know, also put more points into damage or energy. That means you can kill things or more things in one round, so that also gives you more bits technically, because we didn't even get enough right now to fully upgrade this. So you know, there's like different strategies to this. I'd be curious to see like what people think will be the fastest way to like unlock things. To me, it always seems like investing into more resources would give you unlocks more faster, but who knows. But yeah, we can unlock this now, so we get an additional bit now every time we kill a enemy. So that's gonna increase our income quite a bit. There's lots of upgrades later on that increase it even further, so, but things also get more expensive. So now we made 32 there. We're not doing great because I die a lot. There is a upgrade here that gives us more armor. We could get more damage, more energy. I think I'm gonna put more into damage for now, just to be a bit of a glass cannon. But the more, if we can kill these faster, you know, I think that's a good idea. It just gives us more bits as well. Again, it's one of those questions of what's more efficient. Is it killing them faster? Is it surviving for longer? But you can see we already got quite a lot more bits there. Armor would be nice though, just because, you know, that protects us. We can also, we saw here, there's new upgrades, more damage, and also reduces time between shots even further. This one is nice. It gives us an additional bullet to shoot, so I think I'm actually gonna get some of this. And then with the remaining ones, just put in damage again. So now we actually shoot more bullets per interval, so I can like burst down enemies, you know, much more easy. We're gonna get a few more of those smaller ones here. The squares, like I said, they give 8 bits now with our upgrades, which is quite nice. Alright, 68 there. I still feel like I need more damage, so I'm gonna do that. I'll get the last one for the bullets. This also unlocks this one, where they slightly home onto enemies. I'm gonna get this. You can see sometimes I miss quite a bit, but you have to put some points into it for it to be decent. Oh, I got hit so many times there. This is also why having the shield as a non-purple upgrade or pink upgrade would be nice to have. I'm gonna do a bit more homing. Now we should be able to see the bullets actually like home in a little bit better. It just makes it a bit easier to like take out. You can see the bullets curve a little bit. Not every bullet curves, but like I think I have it set to every second one or something. Slightly random. I change it so often I don't remember what's in here. Lots of money this time though. And you can see there's many more upgrades. We can also do this one every time we shoot. There's a chance that we shoot off a laser instead. And lasers are good to have because they go through enemies. So you have a ton of enemies later on and it's difficult to hit the boss, there's one that makes that deals more damage to the boss, because the bosses also get stronger. I think I'm gonna get some armor, just upgrade this fully. And I think I'm also going to get... let's actually do the homing first. I like to finish off skills. I think that makes the most sense. Oh yeah, so this is the main loop. You go in, you kill things, you gather resources, and you come back and upgrade stuff. Now, over time, we'll unlock different systems as well, and I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit in a bit here, just so you can see that as well. But I just want to show you a little bit more. We'll try to get the next boss killed, I think, and then we try it. So for that, we need more energy, because we run out of energy before. I know it's that I like to upgrade this first, but I do want a bit more energy because we keep running out quite fast, and it's just gonna give us more bits that way, right? Like, just... I mean, you could always do more rounds, but I just like being in the round for longer. And maybe there could also in the future be a thing where, like, maybe you get bonus bits or something the longer you survive or something. I'm not sure. But you might have seen that we didn't deal a whole lot of damage to the boss there. And that's, like I said, because we need these worm splitter upgrades. I'm going to get this just so we can deal more damage to the boss. And I'm also going to get... We could do some crit chance or damage. I'm just going to finish this one off and also get this efficient hull. It just drains our energy slower passively. Which means we'll be able to, you know, stick around for longer because we need to get this boss to spawn and then also have enough time to kill the boss. Now, of course, there's always a little bit of RNG to this, because if you get hit a ton during a round and you don't have shields, then you lose a lot of energy that way, but we got this going here. Bam. We do. Alright, so now we got another token, and I think for this one I'm going to get the chain lightning. I love me some chain lightning. This will hit multiple enemies. We can either upgrade the seek range, which I'll do. That's pretty cheap to do. Right now we can do it even further, but I'm also going to get the chain lightning jump. So every time we hit an enemy and it jumps, we can jump one more additional target. And we go put more into energy. So just to show this off, now we have threat level 2. That means there's also more enemies now, and you can see the chain lightning triggering once in a while. It is a chance, and the chance can be increased. There's a new enemy type as well, the big one. It splits into smaller enemies, but they give quite a few bits as well. So they're actually quite nice to have. And you can see we're getting quite a lot more bits right there out of the gate. There is this one here, the data core research. I'm gonna grind a little bit just to get this here and to show you what this does, because this is one of the first things that add new gameplay to this. So I'll be right back. Alright, here we go. We have enough points now. Didn't take too long, only 2 rounds. We can buy this now. So this one unlocks the research tab, and it also adds a 1% chance that an enemy spawns as a data carrier. They're like these blue or teal looking hexagons. And they drop data cores instead of bits. Well, they also still drop bits, but they're mostly used for the data cores. Pete is explaining what this does, but basically we get a new tab here now called Research. In this demo, we currently have 3 tabs. I believe there's a 4th tab you can unlock as well when you buy a certain upgrade later on. But these are much more, instead of like spending points on them directly to get them, you have to complete tasks. They're all kill tasks currently. I'm still debating if I'm going to change this up, but and you also have to get them in sequence. So we can set this as active. So now anytime we kill an enemy, we put them towards this kill count. We can't have multiple active at the same time. You have to like decide which one you want. So I'm going to start with this one, because this also unlocks a new system. So after we kill 80 enemies, we can spend a data core to unlock this. And like I said, the data cores come from these teal enemies. We still actually have some points to spend. I'm gonna get more damage. I feel a bit weak at the moment, so let's get that. And let's hope for a teal enemy. It is a chance, so sometimes it can be a bit before you see them, but that can also be upgraded. Oh, there's one! Quickly! Oh, I died! But that's what the data carriers look like. So these are the ones you want to get. Also, now you notice if I start, it actually tells me, hey, you finished the kill quota for one of your researchers. So we actually got the kills. We just don't have the data cores to unlock this, so therefore we can't put more progress into this tree. So I'm gonna actually switch to another one and make this active for now, just so we can collect these kills. We can always come back here and just unlock this at any point. Alright, there's a blue one. Let's go get him. Alright, we got him. We got our one data core, so we can at least unlock the new kernel bounties tab. You can see data core collected. You can always check on the right side what they're used for. You can also see we can do something here now. So if we go back, we just unlock this, and now this unlocks the kernel ops, kernel bounties. I have to named like differently in some places. I'm still not quite sure about this name, but this is also a way of sort of gaining resources. This is just like a passive thing. So while you're playing the game, doing certain tasks like getting cores, getting bits, or getting kills, gives you additional resources just for free. So this is just another way of gaining certain bonuses over time. And there we go. We can see now we killed 25 enemies, so we can claim 200 bits. And that will give us a new quest. Some of these are locked by the threat level because they will be more difficult to do or something and give more rewards. In this case, we get 1.2 kilobits. Bits apparently. I'm actually going to change this to so it just shows 1,200 instead, because it's a little bit difficult to read otherwise and a bit confusing, I think. So, alright, I just deleted the next worm so we can get another unlock. Could go with shield, probably should go with shield, but again, I want to show off the other stuff, so I'm gonna go with pulse. This is one of my favorites. I think it might be a bit overtuned in this version still. I forgot. Maybe not, but basically you just send out a pulse every so often that can damage enemies, but also like can restore your ship's energy and stuff, which is really powerful. I'm gonna go with the damage one first, and then we can also slow them down if they get hit, or even increase more damage. I'm gonna go with the slowness, that's always nice. We also finished another thing here. We can unlock greatly increased damage, which is great. The next one unlocks 10% chance to double enemy bits or data cores on the drop. But I'm also gonna unlock the overdrive next because I want to show this one off. I think this one's pretty fun. So I'm gonna put some points into that while I just continue upgrading some things. And just to show off the pulse, once in a while you'll see a pulse getting emitted from my turret. There you go, the little blue wave. You can increase, of course, how often that happens as well. And there's also new enemies, the green ones. In the later version, enemies will always be red because it's very confusing that some are not red and it just looks like a positive thing, not a negative thing. So that's going to be a change as well. Alright, we unlocked the overdrive now. In the top left corner, you can see when I kill something, there's like a kill streak going up. And once we get enough enemies in a short amount of time, we'll trigger the overdrive. So I'll show you when that happens because it might take a little bit. There we go, overdrive activated, just goes nuts. All the weapons fire on overdrive. Depending on what you have unlocked, they all have their own special way of you know, doing something when you trigger overdrive. So yeah, it goes a little bit mental. I'm gonna unlock the shields here as well, and we're gonna unlock additional shield pieces, make them last longer. We can make it so that if they break, we emit like a little explosion. You can also have it so that enemy shots get bounced back when they hit our shield, which is really nice. I'm gonna get that one. And we're currently in threat level 4, so this is probably where I'm going to call it for now. In the demo right now, you can go to threat level 5, you can beat threat level 5, and you can keep playing after that one just to get more upgrades. Obviously, you don't have all the upgrades from the full versions available. There's one more system in here that I haven't shown off called the protocol, so just going to get teased that a little bit in the demo, so I'll let you discover that if you decide to check it out. But yeah, the demo, the full game, of course, will have much more than this going on, but you can already see how much crazier some of these fights seem with just a few upgrades that we've gotten so far, and yeah, it's just gonna get a bit more crazy after a while. Anyway, if you like what you're seeing here, I post the links in the description. You can go wishlist it there. Again, the wish listing helps us out super much. Like, the more wish lists we have, the more likely we get seen by other people. So that's always a huge bonus. So I would really appreciate it if you could do that if you enjoy what you're seeing here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye!